Hello friends, welcome to this 30-minute power vinyasa. Today's class is building strength in the arms and the core, and we'll go through some fun shapes like fallen star. But first, we'll get settled in, meeting in tabletop, and we'll go through a few rounds of cat-cow here. So inhale, open the chest, draw the shoulder blades back, and exhale, find cat, rounding the spine, pressing the mat away. And then finding your own natural rhythm here, moving with your breath, warming up the spine, noticing how it feels, appreciating the movement that we get to have today. And then when we're ready, we'll find that neutral position and we'll go through some wrist stretches here. So again, find your own pace, your own movement. Face the fingertips towards each other, away from each other, leaning and rocking any way that feels good. We don't want to feel too much pressure here, especially when we pull the fingertips back towards us. I like to just do one at a time. And then another stretch I like to do is put the fists together against the mat, lower the forearms, and then slowly, gently press up, keeping the fist on the ground. So you should feel the stretch here in your forearms and your wrists. But again, we don't want to feel anything painful. And then we'll come out of it and we'll find our first downward dog. So pedaling the legs, pressing up and out. Distance between the ears and the shoulder blades. Drawing the heels towards the mat, feeling the stretch in the backs of the legs. Noticing our breath. And then we'll find stillness, reaching the chest towards the thighs, and then we'll walk up to meet in a forward fold. You can grab opposite elbows, let the top of the body hang heavy here, swaying side to side. Keeping our knees at a slight bend if we need it. Really want to feel that stretch in the lower back. And then inhale to halfway lift. Hands can be anywhere you like, the thighs, the shins, the mat. Exhale to fold. And inhale, slowly rise up, one vertebrae at a time. Crown of the head last to rise. Inhale, arms up overhead. And exhale, palms to heart center. Take a couple deep breaths here. Find your intention, your reason for today. And come back to that at any time. Inhale, arms up overhead. Maybe we find a slight back bend. And exhale, swan dive to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back into a high plank. Option to lower the knees for our first chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. And exhale, push up and over the toes and meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, look towards the front of the mat. Step, hop, float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms overhead. Exhale, palms at heart center. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to plank. Keep the knees lifted or lower them. Find your chaturanga. Upward facing. And exhale, down dog. Inhale, look to the front of the mat. Make your way to forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. And inhale, root to rise, arms overhead. Finding a slight back bend. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, find your vinyasa, chaturanga to upward facing dog. And exhale, meet in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here. On an inhale, make your way up to a forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, fold, and inhale, root to rise. And exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, find your plank, Vinyasa, Chaturanga. And we'll meet in a downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath here. Inhale, make your way to the front. And we'll meet in a malasana, a yogi squat here. You can have your hands at heart center, using the elbows to press the knees open wide for a deeper hip stretch. You can also bind over each knee, opening the chest up towards the sky. And then we'll make our way back to downward facing dog, and we'll start our flow. So right leg up, three-legged dog. Open the hip, bending the knee. Maybe you find some little hip circles. And then we'll take it back out long for three-legged dog. Exhale, hug the knee in towards the nose, and then pivot onto the side and extend that leg out for fallen star. You can hover the foot here or drop it to the floor. And then we'll send it back with control, three-legged dog. And then we'll bring that right foot out to a lizard lunge. Taking the right hand overhead for a gentle twist. Maybe we reach for that back foot for a quad stretch. And then we'll find our wide half splits. And then send it back to lizard lunge, planting the palms, finding your chaturanga, upward facing, and then exhale, we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, kick the left leg up and long, bending the knee, opening the hip, finding whatever movement or circles or pulses feel good here. And then when we're ready, we'll take it back out long to three-legged. Exhale, hug the knee in towards the nose. Pivot on to the left hand and the inner edge of the right foot for fallen star. Taking the foot to the ground or floating it for floating fallen star. Sending it back to three-legged dog. And then we'll step that left foot through to lizard lunge. Left arm overhead for a gentle twist. And then reaching back for that right foot if we're wanting that deeper quad stretch. And gently release. We'll send the hips back for a wide-legged half split. Flex the left toes. And then we'll send it forward. Take the leg back. Find our vinyasa, keeping the leg lifted or lowered. And we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Okay, deep breath here, and then we're going to repeat that, going a little faster. Inhale, right leg up, three-legged. Exhale, knee to nose, find your fallen star. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, find your lizard, find your twist, your variation. And send the hips back for half splits. And then plant the palms, find your vinyasa. Inhale to upward facing, and exhale, meeting in downward dog. Inhale, taking left leg out long. Exhale, left knee to nose. Pivot onto the left hand, find fallen star. Inhale, take the leg out long. Exhale, hug it into lizard on this side. Left hand overhead for a twist. And drop the back knee, reach back for the foot. And then plant the palms, find your vinyasa. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here. And we're going to add a little more on this time. So inhale, right leg to three-legged. Exhale, hug the knee into the nose. And inhale, send it back to three-legged. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Back to three-legged dog. And then take the right knee to the left elbow. Back to three-legged dog. Knee to the nose, hover, and then we'll find our fallen star. And sending it back to three-legged dog. And exhale, step it through for lizard. Find your twist, and then look up at the screen here. We're going to keep our left palm where it is. Lift that left leg, pull it up and through for a toe tap, and then send it back with control to three-legged dog, and then we'll find our vinyasa. So we'll try that again on the other side. We're really using our core to bring that left leg up and through and keep our butt lifted. So we'll find that again, but let's take a couple deep breaths here. When we're ready, send the left leg out long, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Send it back. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Send it back, and then we'll take left knee to right elbow. Send it back. Hug that knee in or to the nose, and then open up to the side for our fallen star. Inhale back to three-legged dog, and then we'll step it through for our lizard, finding our twist, and then with control, with our core, pressing that right toe up for a toe tap, and then we'll find our vinyasa, keeping the leg lifted or lowered. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, meeting in downward facing dog. So taking a few deep breaths here, coming back to our intention. We're going to go through this again on the other side and adding one more little piece in there. So inhale, take the right leg out long. Exhale, hug it into the knee, taking it to fallen star. And then we'll come to a seat with control. Take that left palm behind us and gently press the hips up towards the sky for a mini wild thing. Bring the arms back around, planting for a three-legged dog. And then hugging it for our lizard, finding our twist with control, stepping through for our toe tap, planting the palms back to three-legged dog, and find your vinyasa here. So leg lifted or lowered, inhale upward facing, exhale down and back for for downward dog. Take a couple deep breaths here. And we'll go on the other side. Inhale, left leg to three-legged. Exhale, hug it in towards the knee. Pivot on to the inner right foot for fallen star. Find your seat. Right hand comes behind you for wild thing. Planting the palm, sending it back to three-legged dog. Exhale, pull it through for your lizard. Find your twist. With control, find your toe tap. And step it back, three-legged dog, come up to your plank, and then find your vinyasa. And then here we'll meet in child's pose or downward dog, just taking a few moments here to rest. Coming back to the breath, coming back to our intention. Just appreciating our time today, appreciating our bodies. And when we're ready, we'll come out of it and we'll meet in a malasana squat, so yogi squat. So sinking the hips down, you can place your palms together at the heart and use your elbows to press those hips open. Even facing them down for a wrist stretch. And feel free to stay in your malasana. I'm going to come to the knees and just do some wrist rolls. Doing a lot of chaturangas today, so it's good to keep the wrist open and stretched and mobile. So just protecting our joints today. Maybe taking one direction, the other direction, just finding any motion, what that feels good. And then when we feel ready to go, we'll meet in downward facing dog. We'll go through our flow again, adding another piece. Inhale, right leg out long. Exhale, knee to nose. Send it back out three-legged. Take it to the right elbow. And then to the left elbow. And then hug it into the nose. We'll pivot onto the inner edge of the foot, sending it out to fallen star. Finding our seat, taking the palm behind us for a wild thing, and planting the palm, sending it back to three-legged dog. We'll take that right foot out for lizard lunge, opening the chest, sending it through for a toe tap, activating the core, and then sending it back to three-legged dog. And here we'll lower the back knee, and then we'll find our assisted chin stand, so you can keep those back toes tucked or lowered, and just helps give you more support. And then we'll, as we press up, we'll send it over and around for a half split. So folding over that front foot, toes flexed. We'll plant the front foot and gently kick up into a half moon. Right hand overhead, option to reach that right hand for the foot for sugarcane pose. Finding our balance, pressing up out of the arch of that standing leg. And then we'll send it back with control, finding our vinyasa. Exhale, meeting in downward facing dog. Taking a couple deep breaths here before we go on the other side. So tying everything together and then adding that assisted chin stand. So left leg out long, knee to nose, back out long, knee to elbow, back out long, knee to opposite elbow. And then this time we'll hug it into the knee, pivot onto the inner edge of the foot for fallen star. Finding our seat, taking those arms behind us, pressing up, the hips up, wild thing. And then planting the palms back to three-legged dog. Stepping it through to our lizard lunge, opening the chest. Pulling that back foot up for a toe tap. Back to three-legged dog. Lower that back knee to the ground, toes tucked or top of the foot to the ground. And we'll kick that leg up for a assisted chin stand. As we press up, take that left leg around and in front. Come up tall, and then we'll fold for a half splits. Feet flexed, toes flexed towards the forehead. And we'll plant that foot and step up into a half moon. Option to reach for those toes to find sugarcane. And then with control, send it back. Three-legged dog. And then we'll find our chaturanga, or vinyasa. And then we'll meeting in downward facing dog. And now is a good time for any inversion play you want to practice on. You could try crow pose, a headstand, tripod headstand, shoulder stand, chin stand, handstand, whatever you're working on, if you're working on anything. Or we can still be in downward facing dog, or finding a child's pose, any pose we're wanting to work on. Just taking time to play your time. And then when we're all ready, we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Or we're still here, or now we're all here. And we'll go through this entire flow one more time on both sides. So inhale, right leg out long. Exhale, knee to nose, send it back out three-legged. Knee to elbow. Exhale, knee to opposite elbow. Inhale out long. Inhale, hug it into the nose. Pivot out for fallen star. Find your seat, plant the right palm behind, press the hips up towards the sky, open the chest. Walk the hands back behind you, plant the palms, three-legged dog. And then step it through a lizard lunge, opening the chest with control, sending it through, tapping the toes. Sending it back to three-legged dog, lowering that back knee, finding our toe position, and then kicking that leg out long. And as we press up, taking it over and around, finding our half splits, folding over that knee, finding our stance, making sure our hips are stacked over the knee. And then when we're ready, kicking up into that foot for half moon. We have the balance and looking for that hip opener. We can reach back for sugar cane. And then we'll plant the palms, send it back to three-legged dog. Take it forward for plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, meeting in downward dog. Taking a deep breath here. And then we'll take it on the other side. Inhale, left leg long. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, back out long. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, back out long. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, back out long. And exhale, knee to nose, hover, and then pivot. Find fallen star. Slowly lower, come to a seat. Take the right palm behind you, lift the hips to the sky. And then take the hands back, plant the palms, send it back three-legged. Exhale, step it through for lizard. Find your twist. You squeezing the core, press that toe through, tapping the foot. And then back to three-legged dog, lowering that back knee. Bringing the hands back a little bit, bending onto our chin gently as we kick that left leg up. And then we'll gently press up, take the leg around, find our half split. Folding over those flexed toes. And then gently kicking up into half moon on this side. If we fall, just getting back up. Reaching back for the foot for sugarcane variation or just staying in half moon. And then with control, we'll slowly plant both palms, send it back to three-legged dog, shift the weight forward for plank, find your vinyasa, chaturanga, upward facing. And exhale, we'll push it back into child's pose here. So finding our breath. Maybe we exhale through the mouth, releasing all of that old air. And then we'll come up into all fours. Inhale to bring that right arm up overhead. And exhale, thread it through. Place that shoulder on the ground, maybe our cheek on the ground, and find that twist. Breathing deeply here, feeling the space that's created as you inhale. And exhale, maybe twist a little more. When you're ready, plant that palm, press back up, right arm overhead, and then switch the palms, pull that left hand up overhead, and thread it through on the other side. Shoulder and left cheek are gently on the mat. You can take that right hand to the lower back for a deeper twist. Inhaling, feeling the space that's created in the spine. Exhaling, twist a little deeper. When we're ready, plant the palm, press up and out of it, left arm back overhead. And then we'll come to a seat on our bottoms and we'll find cow face pose. So we'll have our stacking our knees, starting with the right knee over the left. Keeping the heels as far away from the legs as we need to feel comfortable. And then option to also take that tricep stretch. So right arm is reaching back towards the back. Maybe you can interlace the hands behind. Sitting up nice and tall. And then release. We'll switch sides. Taking the left knee over the right. Finding that heel and foot position that feels comfortable. And then inhale, arms overhead. We'll take the left arm down the back this time. For tricep stretch, maybe you can reach those hands together behind the back. And then we'll gently come out of it. Unraveling and then finding butterfly pose. Bring the soles of the feet together. Heels as closer as far as the groin as feels comfortable. And then we'll gently fold over, keeping that straight spine. Feeling a stretch in the outer hips and the inner hips, inner thighs. Don't want to feel too much pressure in the knees or the ankles here. And then we'll gently come out of it, and then we'll come onto our backs, laying down. Finding our happy babies, so reaching for the inner arches of the feet or the big toes or the outer edges of the feet, really wherever is comfortable. You could even grab the straps here. And you can rock side to side, feel that nice lower back massage, or just find stillness. You can even play with taking one leg out long or both legs out long. So playing here, feeling the nice stretch in our hips and our back. And then we'll take that left leg out long, hug the right knee into the chest. Maybe taking it out long, reaching for the foot or behind the calf or behind the thigh. Or reaching for the foot, you can take it out long, open that hip, taking it out to the right. And then bending it back in, we can take it over to the left for supine twist. Keeping the right shoulder blade glued to the mat, only taking the left leg as far over as without our shoulder coming up. You can straighten that leg or keep it bent. Breathing here into the spine, and then we'll slowly come out of it, taking the right foot out long, and then we'll hug the left knee into the chest, reaching for the foot or the back of the calf, taking it out long for a nice stretch, and then opening it out to the left. Maybe gazing towards the right. And then we'll slowly take it over for supine twist. Knee bent or knee straight, keeping that left shoulder blade glued to the mat. So gazing past the left fingertips, closing the eyes. Breathing deeply here into the spine, feeling the space that it creates on the inhale. And exhale, letting everything soften. And then we'll take the knee back in. And then send both legs out long. And find our Shavasana, our final resting pose. So keep those palms facing up towards the sky. Letting everything just relax and soften and feel heavy. Letting the breath come back to its natural rhythm. Relaxing the jaw, relaxing the face muscles. Releasing any tension we feel anywhere throughout the body. And then we'll slowly, if you're ready, wake ourselves up, wiggling the toes, hugging the knees into the chest. Giving yourself a big hug, thanking yourself for showing up today on your mat, taking the time for yourself. I hope you all enjoy this class and you leave the mat feeling better than you did when you got on it. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what you liked, what you didn't. what more you'd like to see, and I will see you next time. Thank y'all. Have a great day or rest of your day. Bye.